How to avoid personal injury claims against you as a dog owner. Well, across the US, there's a couple different kinds of laws for dog bites. The first type basically says if your dog injures somebody, then you're responsible. That's it. The second kind is a negligence based one. Sometimes people call it a one bite free. It basically means that if you knew your dog had a history of bites or aggression and then it injure somebody else, then you are responsible. So you sort of get one free bite, and then it's like, aha, I know the dog is dangerous. And then the next one, you're going to be found to be negligent and pay. So depending where you live, that sort of depends on the law that applies to you. Now, I've handled litigation where dog owners have paid a lot of money because their dog bit a pedestrian on a sidewalk, a dog went after a bicyclist on a bicycle, a dog was running around unleashed in public. So, as a dog owner, how do you protect yourself? Well, one simple method is just follow your local leash laws. Where I am here in Clark County, Nevada, your leash is supposed to be 6 feet long or less. So, do that. Don't let your dog run around in public unless you're in a designated area that says no leashes are required, like maybe a dog park. Another method that's good for the dogs and the dog owner is socialize your dog. Give the dog, even just a few minutes of training a day will make a wonderful difference. And I know it's annoying and hard for some people to get around to it, but it's really a big deal. If your dog is socialized in public, it sees other people and it's cool with that. It sees other dogs, it's cool with that. No big deal. Simple commands like sit, so they sit instead of going after, a running chicken or a running child. It's all really, really helpful stuff, and it'll make your time with the dog a lot nicer and make the dog happier too. And there's tons and tons of free content online, so you don't even have to shell out money for a trainer if you don't want to. Just hop on YouTube, and there is an awful lot available on how to train your dog in just a few minutes a day. Some people want a few dollars to, do an online thing, but there's tons and tons of free as well. So finally, what happens if somebody actually does bring a claim against you and your dog? Well, they're not going to sue your dog. Your dog doesn't have money. They'll bring a claim against you. Well, lots of people have a couple kinds of different insurance. If you're renting, you may have renter's insurance. If you're a homeowner, you may have homeowner's insurance. And these insurance policies often cover injuries, including injuries resulting from dog bites. Now, there are a bunch of policies too that discriminate against dogs by the breed, and sometimes they'll exclude dogs like German Shepherds, Pit Bulls, Dobermans. They'll usually have a list of who they exclude. So if you've got one of those dogs, then you bring a claim because you get sued. The insurance company is going to go, aha, you have a pit. We exclude pits, no coverage for you. So that doesn't do you any good. So what to do is, if you do have a renter's or homeowner's policy, take a look at it now, not when you need it, but now, and see if it does have a exclusion for dogs or if it covers dogs at all. There are a number of states that actually are banning discrimination against dogs by breed. I think maybe 8 of them. So where you live, that might not be an issue. But if you are in a state that does discriminate by breed, definitely take a look at your policy now as opposed to when you need it. So you do know that there is going to be some sort of coverage if you do get sued. And lawsuits are pretty straightforward against dog owners. Lots of times they do happen to involve bites, but sometimes a dog can just be running after a ball and it plows into somebody and they get injured, and then you've got a claim. And so if you've got insurance anyway, take a look at it and make sure it's actually going to be helpful for you. So pay attention to your local laws, give your dog the gift of a few minutes of training a day, at least while they're young, and check your insurance policy to keep you and your furry friend out of trouble.